Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, Deandra. Good morning. Good morning, Connie. Hey, Pepe. Good morning, Rhonda. Good morning, Latricia. Good morning, Sister Vera. Wake up, girl. Let's pray. Come on, wake up, girl, and pray. Come on, you know what to do. Like, comment, tag 3 people. Tell them, wake up, girl, and pray. Come on, like it, comment, tell me good morning. Tag 3 people. Tell them, wake up, girl. Tell them, wake up, girl. Wake up, girl. Good morning, Kim. Good morning, y'all. Good morning. Good morning. Yep, tag them. Tag somebody you haven't tagged before. Tag somebody and tell them, let's get this word. Hey, Monica. Good morning, Quay. Share this to your page. Share this to your page. Let's get it. Let's get it. Just a few things before we get started. We had an amazing time last night at our AIM spring gathering. Uh, it was amazing. Apostle Bellinger preached a powerful, powerful word last night. I have so many notes that I took. Um, but I told him last night, I told him I was going. He said one thing, and I said, I'm going to preach that. I'm going to preach that. Good morning, Ashley. I said, I'm going to preach that. And as I came home, I had to study it because I like when I hear a good word, I like to study. I like to get in the word. I don't go home and go sleep when I have a good word. After I've heard a good word, I like to pick up my Bible. After I had a good word, I like to search for what they're talking about. After I had a good word, I like to apply it to my life. Apostle Bellinger preached an amazing word last night, but he left me with something. He left me with something, and we're going to talk about it today. Come on, while we're getting ready and while you're tagging them, say, let's eat. Say, let's eat. Let's eat. Let's eat. Say, let's eat. Let's eat. Let's eat. It's time to eat. Let's eat. Let's eat. It's time to eat. We're not going to be hungry in this season. Let's eat. Let's eat. We don't care who's around. Let's eat. Let's eat. Let's eat. I know y'all tagging the people. I am doing a clarion call to the women of abundant faith that tonight you be in the building. You do not want to miss the word. You've missed it last night. You missed a treat. You missed a blessing. You missed an on time word. When we have gatherings and such as this, it's not just because we want to see your face and we don't have anything to do and our lives aren't busy. It's because God has laid it upon your leader's heart for you to get something. It's not just because we need to have an event or we need to have a service. No, it's for God because God has laid it on your leader's heart for you to be able to get something more than what you get on Sunday. Is it a sacrifice? Absolutely. I ran all day. I worked, I ran, I did errands, I came back all the way up until the last minute of church. I got dressed and I was in the building. I'm back up at 5 a.m. I'm going to work again today. And then I'm going to get off of work about 2 hours early and we're going to be back in the building. I got book study tonight. I got things that I have to do. I have things that are going on, but that does not negate the fact that my leader has made a clarion call for us to be in the building. Sometimes we're so caught up in self. Come on, somebody. Sometimes we're so caught up in self that you're worried about why, you're worried about who the preacher is, you're worried about the where, when God is trying to do something so amazing in your life. Don't be so caught up in self. Don't be so caught up in your circumstances and your situations that you miss the move of God. So I am excited about seeing you tonight. Prayer leaders. I'm excited about seeing you tonight, intercessors. I'm excited about seeing those who wake up at 5 a.m. and pray in the service tonight because I believe that there will be a word from the Lord. I believe that we will get another word from the Lord. So I'm excited about what God is doing and how He's going to do it. I will see you tonight in Concord at City of God Ministries at 7:30, promptly at 7:30. Listen, we were out before 9:30. We were out and at the food truck getting food before 9:30, and on our way home. We were home in our beds before 9:45. So it is nothing that was prolonged. It was not a long service, but the move of God did happen, and so you don't want to miss it. Say, let's eat. Say it again. Let's eat. 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 The word of the Lord, Psalms 23. Yes, Lord. And I'll continue to pray for you, Pastor Bester. I'll continue to seek the face of God for you. Be not weary in well doing, for in due season you shall reap if you faint not. Don't y'all start that and start triggering. Uh, my pastor used to say, triggering my shondo. Come on, let's eat. What's up, Cuddy? Let's eat. Let's eat. Let's eat. Psalms 23. It says, the Lord is my shepherd. Familiar passage. I shall not want. He maketh me to lie down in green pastures. He leadeth me beside the still waters. He restoreth my soul. He leadeth me in the path of righteousness for his name's sake. Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for thou art with me. Thy rod and thy staff, they comfort me. Thou preparest a table before me in the presence of mine enemies. Thou anointest my head with oil, and my cup runneth over. Surely, surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life, and I will dwell in the house of the Lord forever. Not only am I telling you let's eat, but I'm telling you to grab your enemies and tell them let's eat. Grab your enemies. See, some of us, what happens is some of us are not mature enough for the blessings that God is trying to give us. So he has to hold it up. He's waiting for you to be mature. He's waiting for you to get to a level of maturity. He's waiting for you to get to a level of certainty. He's holding up the blessings because he knows that you are not mature enough. You're not mature enough to get what he has for you. So he has to hold it up until you mature in him. He has to hold it up until you're ready for him to give you, because what he's giving you is just not for your friends. What he's given you is just not for your family. Come on, somebody. What he's given me, wake up, girl, and pray, is just not for my homegirls. Come on, somebody. Wake up, girl, and pray will have the ability to bless everybody. But with that, I have to understand and have a level of maturity that says when the blessing and when he starts blessing, that it's not going to be of anything of my own, but it is going to be the good shepherd that speaks through me that will allow others to be blessed. But you have to get to a level of maturity or what's going to happen is you're going to keep repeating your first works over and over and over again. He said, why do I keep going through the storm? Come on, I hear you. Why do I keep going through the storm? Why do I keep experiencing the same thing over and over again? Because it's your first works and you have not passed the test. He says, so until you pass the test, you go keep on taking it. Until you pass the test, I got to keep putting you through it. Yes, it will come in different measures. It did not say that the weapon would not form. It just said that it would not prosper. So I keep putting the weapon in front of you to let you know who I am. I keep putting the weapon in front of you to let you know and giving you the opportunity to acknowledge that I am God, that you cannot do it, but I am God. So what happens is you have to keep going through it over and over again. Come on, somebody. You got to keep going through it. You got to keep experiencing it. You got to keep going through it. But what happens is David recognizes that he had what he needed because the Lord was his shepherd. Say, I lack nothing. I lack nothing. I lack nothing. This word is going to be good and it's about to bless me. I lack nothing. Come on, say, I lack nothing. I lack nothing. I lack nothing. I lack nothing. I don't lack anything because I serve a God who gives me the availability. The availability to be successful, gives me the availability and the resources to have what I need. I serve a God, and because of that, I lack nothing. Most of us get excited that He will save us in eternity. We get excited about that. Oh, I'm going to heaven and God's going to do something so amazing, but we don't have the confidence. We don't even have the confidence in God's history. What is God's history? God's history is where we're living right now. God's history is what we're going through right now. So the very situation that you thought that you could not win, the very situation that you thought was going to kill you, God says, I've already seen it. That's my history. You're excited about eternity. He said, but I need you to get excited about my history because my history is where you're at right now because I've already seen it. I've already predestined it. I've already made you great. I've already made you victorious. I've already made you more than a conqueror. Come on, because we are living in God's history. Say God's history. God's history, his story. God's story is greater in us. Yes, his story, his story, his story. Come on, say God's history. God's history. God's history. Let me tell you. So we're gonna walk through this Psalms 23. I know y'all have heard it before, and I know y'all have seen it before, and I know that you've been there before. But let me know y'all there because they said that they're blocking some things. Yeah, there you go. You saying it. God's history, so y'all can hear me. Okay, okay. They said they're blocking some things on social media with the live streams, and they're blocking things through third-party apps. So we may be jumping over to YouTube. I'll give y'all a sidebar. We may be jumping over to YouTube real soon, straight through YouTube, to make sure that we are getting this word out adequately. So God's history. A shepherd. Let's walk through Psalms 23. A shepherd takes the sheep to rest in green pastures. The in the in the world, when a shepherd has its sheep and he goes out, he lets them free. And that's why you see the shepherd has a lot of green pastures because green pastures is where the sheep rest. Green pastures is where the sheep finds peace. And not only does he do that, but he refreshes them with quiet, still waters. Some of you have been giving open space and open opportunity, and you didn't do it right. You went out and you went ham and you went crazy because you had freedom. He said, but in that space that I gave you, it wasn't for you to lose your mind. It wasn't for you to find overflow. It was for you to have peace. Some of you, what you have did is you have secluded yourself in your home, secluded yourself away from people, secluded yourself away from church, secluded yourself away from family, secluded yourself away from people. But he said, that's not what I need you to do. He said, I need you to go out so that you can find peace. You think that peace is in your bedroom. Now, the peace is in the green pastures because in the green pastures, the shepherd is looking out for you. Come on, somebody. See, what happens is the world would have you exhausted, tired, and you don't know why. Why? Because you're building alone. You're trying to do it on your own. You're trying to do it on by yourself. You're trying to say that, good morning, Keitha. I was worried about you, Keitha. You're trying to do it on your own. You're trying to build it on yourself. Listen, I know it's cute on social media. I know the things that people say on social media is cute, but let me tell you, everything that's said on social media is not for me. Every click colloquial term, every meme, it's not for me. I heard some people saying that I don't need to sit at your table because I'm building my own. That's not what I'm doing in this season. I don't have time for what God has for me to do, leaves me with not enough time for me to build it on my own. Why am I building a table? Why am I taking the time to build a table when I can simply sit at yours? When you've already did the work to invite other people to you, when you've already did what needed to happen, and because I'm so cocky and my attitude is so nasty, and because I think I'm so great and I'm not operating in humility, I don't want to sit at your table. I will build my own. Well, go ahead, baby, build your own table. But while you build your own table, I'm going to sit at the one that's already built. I'm going to feast at the one, and I'm getting ahead of myself. So let me back up. Somebody say, renew me. Renew me. Somebody say, renew me. That's why you're tired, because you're trying to build something that don't need to be built. Say, renew me. Say, renew me. Say, renew me. Say, renew me. Come on, renew me, God. I'm tired, but I heard you. I hear the scripture and I read it. Renew me, renew me. Uh, uh, you let me tell you, you can't eat and you're starving because you're afraid to sit at the table. You can't eat and you're starving because you're afraid to sit at the table. So what happens is there is a table that is spread and the feast of the Lord is going on. But because of the people that are sitting at the table, and because you don't like the people that you're having that's already there, you don't like the person that built the table, you don't like the people who is breaking bread at the table, you go out and you try to build another table. But that's not what the word says. The word says he prepareth a table in the presence of mine enemies. So I'm sorry if you don't like me, but boo, I need you to scoot over, maybe move down a little bit, but I'm coming to this table because God has prepared me in this place for me to be successful. He's put me in your path for me to have what I need. He used my enemy to build the table, and now I can come sit. He let them do the legwork, and he gave me strength, my Lord, strength to endure it. Because guess what? Guess what? Let me tell you why. Because eyes have not seen, ears have not heard. Whoo, come on. Eyes have not seen what he's about to do. So you worried about your enemy. You're worried about who's sitting at the table. You're worried about who's on the leadership team. You're worried about who's coming. You're worried about who's going. And he said, I've prepared a table for you. Stop worrying about it. Let me be the shepherd. Let me protect you. Let me draw you in. You sit down and eat. Come on, say, let's eat. Let's eat. Let's eat. Let's eat. See, the Spirit of God is a window. Let's eat. It's time to eat, y'all. Y'all playing. Y'all hungry and y'all should be eating. y'all worried about who cooked the food, who made the potato salad when you should just be eating. God said, I'm not going to give you anything that's going to harm you. No weapons formed against you will be able to prosper. He said, I don't care who I have to do it through. I'm going to do it. I don't care who I have to use. I'm going to use it. I don't care who sits at the table. I'm going to use them. Let them build the table. I'm not building a table in this season when somebody else has already built it. What I'm going to do is go to your table with my good, clean clothes on and put my napkin in my shirt and break out my fork because you have allowed the enemy to prepare a table in front of me. And then allow me to sit down and ease. It's going to happen this season. It's happened easy for you. It's going to happen easy for you in this season. Say it's happening for me real easy. Yep, say real easy, real easy, real easy. I'm not working hard in this season. Real easy. I'm relying on the Father. Real easy. I'm not going to stress. Real easy. I'm not going to be worried about my finances. Real easy. I'm about to eat and it's going to be real easy. I ain't even got to stand in line. Real easy. It's happening for me. Real easy. My business is successful. Real easy. I have peace in my mind. Real easy. My children are saved. Real easy because He prepareth. He's preparing me. He's preparing me. He's preparing me for something that I cannot see, something that I cannot look at, something that I cannot quite see. He's preparing me for it real easy, real easy. So the Spirit of God is a window. A window. Have you ever went window shopping? Y'all ain't had money all your life. Sometimes you got to go window shopping. I got in my car the other day, last Saturday, and I was I was leaving from the walk, the autism walk, and the GPS said, go to Concord Mills. I said, Ashia, that means you spend too much time at Concord Mills because the GPS is telling your habits is on Saturday, you go to Concord Mills. Listen, I'm going to Concord Mills and I'm going to South Park Mall. I don't fool around in North Lake because they shoot a little bit over there. I go to Concord Mills and I go to South Park Mall every Saturday. That's if I have a lot of money or if that's if I don't have any. Because sometimes even when I don't have, I really like going out to South Park Mall because I like to go and peek into Louis Vuitton. Mm-hmm. Even when I ain't got it, I like to go and peek into Gucci. Y'all know what they call it, window shopping. I like to. Do I have any window shoppers that even when it feels good to look in, it feels good for me to walk in Neiman's, even though I can't buy the red bottoms today. It feels good to see the red bottoms. It feels good to talk to the salesman because one thing about it, the salesman in Neiman's, they know me and they know maybe she's not buying it today, but if I treat her really good, I have the position and I can proposition her to be able to buy it next time. Or maybe I can even convince her to whip out her credit card and use it. I don't mind window shopping. I don't mind looking in the St. John's store, looking at the $3,000 dress because one day God is going to give it to me. So the Spirit of God is a window. It advertises the things that the kingdom has for you. Window shopping. It advertises the things that God has for you. Yep. I already said it, that eyes have not seen and ears have not heard. It has been revealed to us by the Spirit. So, what it does is it allows us to look into the window, allows us to look into our future. It allows us to look into what God has for us. It allows us to look into where He's taking us. I like to window shop. I like what God is doing for me in this season because He's allowing me to see the very thing that I am aiming towards. Yep, I may not be able to buy the St. John today and go in there and drop 3,000-4,000 stacks on a two-piece knit suit, but he gave me the opportunity and He made it available that I can go in South Park Mall and I can peek in. I can even go in and I can touch it. I may not be able to possess it, but He's putting it in my path. He's putting me in the right place so that when I go back, I'll know exactly when He gives it to me. I'll know exactly where to go to. But see, some of you get upset, you get frustrated, and you start walking through the mall while you window shopping, and you see the people that's coming out the store with the Louis bags, and you see the people that's coming out with the St. John draped over their shoulder. You see the people in Neiman Marcus who is checking out, and not only are they buying the red bottoms and the Tom Fords, but they got that $400 bottle of perfume, and you get a little jealous. But we would have fainted had we not believed. Do you believe? Do you believe that every time you got ready to faint, that God advertised your future? every time I got ready to crumble and say, I'm giving up, he said, get in your car and go out there to that mall and see where I'm taking you to. Get in your car and drive out to Ballantyne and see the houses that I'm going to put you in. He said, get online, get on Instagram. I couldn't figure it out. I was like, God, why every time I get on Instagram, you showing me black love and you showing me happy couples and you showing me out of the ordinary love? He said, because I'm giving you a glimpse. I don't care what man said. He said, but I'm giving you a glimpse. He said, I said, God, why every time I get off of prayer, you tell me to go to Latrice Ryan's prayer, and the enemy would say, be discouraged because there's 900 people on her live. He said, no, I'm giving you a glimpse at what I'm about to do for you. I'm giving you a glimpse at the people that you're about to touch. You are window shopping. Do I have any people who are window shopping? Be not weary in well doing, for in due season you shall reap if you faint not. I'm not fainting. I'm not giving up. I would have fainted had I not believed, but I believe. Come on, say, I believe. I believe. I believe. I believe. I believe. I believe. He's letting you see. He's giving you vision. Good morning, Faith. He's giving you vision. He's giving you vision. Without vision, what happens? You got to stop getting mad because you're getting a peek into what he's doing to you, because without vision, the people will perish. I may not be able to touch it, but I can believe. I may not be able, Faith, to buy the Amiri shoes today, but I can believe. Yes, Lord. I may not be able to put on the Val University today, but I believe. I may not be able to buy the red bottoms today, but I believe. I may not have a conference with 5,000 people in it, but I believe. I may not have a prayer line with 900 folks on it, but I believe. I may not have a happy marriage right now. I may not even be dating, but I believe. Tia, you may not have the job and may not have relocated out of Michigan, but I believe. Come on, Nancy, you may not have the building for Little Sisters Barbecue, but I believe. Come on, Cuddy, you may not have the business that you had in Iowa, in Atlanta, but I believe. Come on, say, I believe, I believe, I believe, I believe, I believe, because I have vision. I can't perish. I can't die. I can't give up. I can't fold. I can't crumble because I have vision. I have vision. So because that, my vision allows me not to perish. And I understand where I am. I may not be where I stay, but I peek into where God is taking me. Come on, let me say it again. I may not be right now where I stay, but I got to peek into where God is taking me. I got to peek into where God is taking me. I got to peek into where God is taking me. Because this is going to be unorthodox for me to say. I almost want to call you Cuddy. I almost want to call you Tiny and not say it on live. But the very thing, I could see you sitting. I remember back in Iowa, you would sit and watch your business from the bar stool, and you were excited and you were happy about what God is doing. He said, it's not by happenstance that I put you in Atlanta, Georgia, where small businesses and places of that kind of business is successful. He said, I put you there. He said, I was giving you a peek in Iowa. I let you get a peek into what, was it Iowa or Idaho? It was Iowa, right? I let you get a peek into it because I needed you to be able to see what I was about to do. But in Atlanta, yes, Lord, it is greater, bigger, and stronger. Come on, say greater, bigger, and stronger. Greater, bigger, and stronger. He said, I let you get a peek at it in Iowa. I let you taste it a little bit in Iowa. I let you put your hands on it a little bit. And then I took it away so I can uproot you and put you where it's really going to be successful. Greater, bigger, stronger. That's for somebody else. Greater, bigger, stronger. He gave you accessibility. He gave you accessibility because with accessibility, you have access. So not only now can I look in the window, not only now when I'm walking by St. John, I can look in the window, but I have access to go through the door now. I got access to go through the door. And guess what? This time, when I go shopping, come on, God must be about to give me some amazing amount of money this week so I can go shopping. He must, it's been a while. He must be about to do something because I keep on talking about shopping. I receive it, God. I receive it. Not only when you bless me will I pay my tithes and so, but God, I'll go and I'll take the things that you let me see before, that you let me see in the last month. Yep, I'll take those things and I'll go and I'll possess it. I'll possess it. I'll possess it. Come on, y'all. I'll possess it. He gave me accessibility. He gave me access to go through the door. So now I don't have to window shop. I can walk through it. And guess what? It doesn't matter who's walking through it with me. He said, go ahead, Ashia, and grab your enemies and bring them with you. Bring your enemies with you. He said, because your accessibility is not the same as my accessibility. I said, what do you mean, God? He said, what you count as accessibility is not the same as what I count as accessibility. So what he does is he allows you to go in and out of the door and find green pastures. The glory of the Lord, once I find the green pastures, I must rest in it. So the crazy thing is, and what he did, the intimidating factor is that he allowed the thief to come in, because it says the thief comes to kill, steal, and destroy. The fact that you have access, come on, this is for somebody who's been whining and complaining and almost let the enemy punk you out of God's blessing, almost allowed the enemy to allow you not to sit at the table, almost allowed the enemy to not allow you to keep you hungry because you didn't sit at the table because they were there. The fact that you have access does not stop the thief. I'm trying not to lose it. I'm trying not to lose it. The fact that you have access does not stop the thief. Because you're singing in the choir, it does not stop the thief. Because you're praying and serving, it does not stop the thief. Because you're seeking the face of God, it does not stop the thief. The thief will come. Why are you surprised that the thief came? Why are you surprised that the thief came? The thief is coming. And the fact that the thief is coming, I have to be in position. See, the thief is doing his job and you're not. The thief said, oh, I see what she's trying to do. I see greater coming. So what the thief said, I see greater coming, and I see Ashia going to another level, and I see Ashia being sincere about prayer. So I have to send the thief in to destroy her peace. And if the thief can come in and destroy her peace, he said, oh, I can't get her. Her peace ain't gonna be destroyed. I'll attack her child. Come on, I'll get, because that will definitely destroy her peace. But the thief is coming, but I have a shepherd to watch over me. Come on, somebody. See, you're so busy fighting others. You're fighting your sisters in Christ, but the thief is on the way. You're fighting your family, and the thief is on the way. You're fighting the people who are praying for you, and the thief is on the way. You're fighting the person that's sitting in the second row with you at church, and the thief is on the way. The thief is on the way. I came to tell you, he tried it, Tasha, tried it. I came to tell you that the thief is on the way. The thief is on the way. He's on the way. The thief is on the way. If he ain't there already, he on the way. If you ain't in a storm, you coming out of one. If you ain't coming out of one, you're walking into one. But the difference is this time God has given me accessibility and he's given me green pastures to lay in. Not only did he give me green pastures to lay my head and rest and watch the thief, what he does is he gives me still water so that my soul can be refreshed when the thief is trying to attack me. The shepherd's watch, because he's on watch. The shepherd is on watch so that I can be sheltered. He wants me to be sheltered, even in the pastures, even in the open fields. When it seems like I'm alone, the shepherd is out there. So even when the sheep is wandering far off, the shepherd is there to bring him back in. Some of you feel like, where is the shepherd? He says, I am here and I am watching you. He was telling David that I don't care what you have going on. I will bring you back in, because that's what a shepherd does. Some of us need to stop fighting the navigation system and allow him to lead us. Say, lead me, God. Lead me, God. Lead me, God. Lead me, God. And guess what? He's going to lead you. He's going to lead you, and it's not going to be because of you. It's not going to be because you're so great. It's not going to be because you did something so amazing. It's not going to be because you're such an amazing prayer warrior. It's not going to be because you're such an amazing preacher. It's not going to be because you're such an amazing servant, but it's going to be for his name's sake, because he said, I am not a man that should lie, neither the son of man that I shall repent. For if I said it, I'm going to do it. So the prophecy that was spoken over your life, it has to be fulfilled because it's for his name's sake. It's not for Ashia. It's not for Bishop May. It's not for Pastor Kenya. It's not for Abundant Faith. It's for his name's sake. He's not a man that he shall lie. So what he does is he meets our emotional needs regardless of danger. See, you think the sheep is out there wandering and you're in the green pastures and you're doing all of this, and then the sheep has to pull you back in with the rod. The rod is not to beat you. You know, the sheep has the rod and it pulls you back in. It's oftentimes used as a protection measure to keep you from harm. But because you are fighting the rod, when the rod goes out to pull you in as the sheep, because you are fighting the rod, you keep getting bruised up. You keep getting beaten because you're fighting the very thing that is trying to pull you away from danger. See, let me tell you what happens is, as the sheep are out there, and the sheep, what happens? Let me tell you. I hear you, God. I hear you, God. Little Red Riding Hood. This ain't in my notes, but God just gave it to me. God likes to isolate you. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Y'all keep Little Red Riding Hood in your mind. He wants to isolate you. He wants to isolate you so you can feel like, I'm alone. I'm tired. Don't nobody love me. I'm in the home. I'm on this fight by myself. And so he isolates you. The last step before defeat is isolation. I'm just gonna go to my house and stay there. I'm just gonna cancel all my friends and I'm gonna do this. I'm just gonna walk away from my business. I'm not going to be a part of ministry. The people in the church did me wrong. The last step before he annihilates you is isolation. So what he does is, when the sheep are out alone, and they go too far off and the shepherd can't get to him, the fox, yes, he goes out and he looks for the sheep that are isolated and that they are alone. And the ones that are alone, he can attack. But when they are in a pack and they're close to the shepherd not only protects them, but they can't be isolated, and so they cannot be attacked. The fox does not attack the herd of sheep. He goes and finds the one that's by himself. So the enemy tries to tell you that, oh my God, you need to do this on your own. Go home. Don't go to church. Don't wake up and pray with the girls. Don't seek the face of God. Don't fool with nobody. It's just you against the world, because he wants to isolate you so he can annihilate you. But if you stay close to the pack, come on, say stay close, stay close, stay close. Y'all, I'm getting excited. Say stay close, stay close. I'm getting excited. Say stay close, stay close, stay close, stay close. Because let me go back to Little Red Riding Hood. Little Red Riding Hood, she was on her way to see Grandma. She knew if she could get to see Grandma, that she would be okay. But see, what happened was, while she was in the woods with her little red hood on, walking alone, she was walking alone, walking by herself. That gave that gave him the opportunity. That gave the wolf, not the fox, the wolf, y'all. Why didn't y'all correct me? That gave the wolf the opportunity to attack. Gave the Grandma was at home by herself, and Little Red Riding Hood was walking in the woods by themselves. Grandma didn't have nobody at home, and Little Red Riding Hood was in the woods. So they were separated. They weren't together. They weren't close, but she wanted to go see about them. But what had happened is, before she could even get there, the wolf knew that Grandma was alone. And he knew that if I can take her down, now after I take grandma down, now I can take Robin down. I done took grandma down because she was alone. Now Robin is going to come in here by herself and she's going to be alone and I can get her. Come on, Shay. Yep. If I can isolate Shay and make her think that the church is trying to attack her and I can get her to go and I can get her to stay home, then I will be able to attack her alone and she won't have anybody to encourage her. She's not waking up and praying with the girls at 5 a.m. She's not seeking the face of God. So he isolates you so that he can annihilate you. He isolates you and makes you think that family ain't worth nothing. So he can, you alive, family is everything. So he can annihilate you. He isolates you to make you think that church ain't, I don't need church. I can just worship at home online. Yeah, but you're alone. You're at home. Your pastor don't even know your name. He don't even know when you go to die. He won't even know that you're dead because he don't know who you are because you never, and you in there talking about, oh, I don't want to go to a mega church. All these churches, these mega churches, the pastor don't even know your name. Well, if you was coming more than once a month, then maybe he would know your name. If you were working and serving in ministry, then maybe they would know your name. But what the enemy wants to do is isolate you. I done got off of my notes. Isolate you so that he can annihilate you. Stop allowing the enemy to punk you out of the promise. I gotta keep going. I gotta keep going. He handles David's eternal needs. He handles his physical needs. He handles his emotional needs. His physical needs, his enemies were hovering over him, but God fed him when he hungered, and he anointed him with oil when he needed healing. There's many resources. You got many resources to get what you need, but you only got one source. Say the source. Say the source. The source. The source. God never runs dry. He's the source. He's not a resource. He's the source. He's not a byproduct. He's the source. He's the source. That's why David's cup overflowed because he had tapped into the source. When you tap into the source, see, I have a lot of resources. And what I try to find out is, especially as a business owner, you got all of these connects and hookups and all of these things that you go through. But what I always do is I try to find out, I even read the packages. When somebody's selling me something, I read the packages. Where is this coming from? Because if I could find out what the source is, then I won't need your resources because I can go directly to the source. I can cut out the middleman and go directly to the source. I can skip the resources because I have access to the source. Some of you are messing around and playing with the resources. You're getting angry with the resources. You're getting upset with the resources because you cannot tap into the source. I dare you to tap into the source. Tap in, tap in, tap in, tap in. Say tap into the source. Tap into the source. He provided David with his eternal needs, and we're about to leave out of here. Only goodness and faithful love will pursue me, is what David said. So he said, it doesn't matter where I sit. So I'm going back to the beginning of the message. It doesn't matter where I sit. It don't matter where I sit. I told y'all I'm not building no tables. I'm sitting at the tables that's already built. I'm not building anything else. I'm sitting at the tables that's already built. I know y'all talking about you ain't got to invite me to your table because I'll build my own table. Nope, I'm going to sit at the table that's already built because if I build the table, ain't nothing wrong with it if you want to build your own table. But you must understand that when you build your own table, there is going to be a moment where you are hungry. I'm gonna give me some water on that and I'm gonna let y'all digest it. If you build your own table, it's nothing wrong with you building your own table. But if you build your own table, there is going to be some moments of lack. There's going to be some moments where you're not fulfilled. There's going to be some moments where you have needs. You're going to starve for a minute if you build your own table. Why is that? Because he said, I prepared a table in the presence of your enemies. So that means when you build the table, then you still got to invite your enemies in so they can sit down because you cannot eat until your enemies have a seat because the table that he builds and he prepares for you, it's in the presence of your enemies. So even when you build your own table, you still got to say, come on, hater, come sit over here at my table. Come on, hater, come eat my food. Come on, hater, I done built this table and I ran from the table that I ran from your table and I didn't want to sit there because I knew you was a hater. I knew you talked about me. I knew you was a backbiter. I knew you sowed discord. So I ran from your table and I built my own table. But God said, go get them from their table. Now you wasted time building your own table. Go get them from their table, bring them to yours because you cannot eat until your enemies are there. Let's eat. Let's eat. Let's eat. I ain't worried about these haters. Let's eat. I'm not worried about them talking about me. Let's eat. I'm not worried about them being mad at me. Let's eat because you're there. Now I can eat. When they start talking about me, I know that a harvest is on the way and it's time to eat because he is preparing a table in the presence, not in the presence of my friends, not in the presence of my loved ones, not in the presence of the people who love me, not in the presence of the people who are going to. He said, I prepare it in the presence of your enemies. And then he said, not only am I going to prepare, he said, you don't have to worry about if they go stab you in the back. You don't have to worry about if they go talk about you. You don't have to worry about if they go be able to sow discord at your table. He said, because I am protecting you. Not only am I the shepherd, but I got two sheepdog that is walking beside you. What are those sheepdogs' names? He says, I wish I could whistle like they call for the dogs when they say, I wish I could whistle. My daddy can do it, but I can't. I wish I could whistle because I need to call for my sheepdogs because now I'm sitting in the presence of my enemies and I need a little protection. The shepherd is over there. The shepherd is over there because it said leave the 99 and go get the one because the one has isolated themselves and they have went over there all the way over in the green pastures, way far away, got caught in the thicket of the fences because he said, leave the 99. Now that we're all sitting at this table and we're about to feast, he has to leave us and go over to the one and get the one and protect them and bring them back because if they're isolated, remember they're annihilated and he's not going to let anybody die on his watch because he's not a man that shall lie, the son of man that shall repent for if he said it. So he left us eating in the presence of our enemies, but he did not leave us alone. He left us with his sheepdog. He left us with his sheepdogs. He left us with two of them. Ask me what they are. Ask me what the sheepdog's name. Say, what's your dog's name? What's your dog's name? I'm gonna wait for y'all to ask me. What's your dog's names? What's your dog's names? I'm gonna wait for somebody to ask me, what's your dog name? He left us with two. He left us with two. I'm gonna wait for somebody to ask me, what's your dog name? What's your dog name? He left us with two while he went and got the one and the 99 was feasting. Thank you, Cuddy, for asking me. He said, my dogs, my sheepdogs that I left you with, the sheepdogs I left you with is goodness and mercy. Goodness. Come here, goodness. Come here, mercy. Come here, goodness. Come here, mercy. Come here, goodness and mercy. And not only, even when the shepherd has walked away to get the one, goodness and mercy is right there. And they shall do what? Follow you all the days of your life. Yes, goodness and mercy. And he prepares the table in the presence of mine enemies. The wolf came to scatter us. The wolf came to see us defeated. But even when I could not get to the shepherd, even when he could not, even when I went too far away, he sent two sheepdog to keep me and to protect me. Even when I was out there doing the wrong thing, he sent two sheepdog to protect me. He said, I may not be able to reach her, but goodness you go, mercy you go, follow her all the days of her life. Follow her while she's in the club smoking weed. Follow her while she's out there drinking Jack Daniels. Follow her while she's out there fighting at brackets. Follow her when she's in Atlanta losing her mind. Follow her when she wants to kill herself. Follow her in the doctor's office. Follow her in the lawyer, with the lawyer in the courtroom. He said, follow her when she's sick unto death. He said, follow her all the days of her life, and that she may dwell in the house of the Lord forever. God, I'm dwelling with you. I thank you for goodness and mercy, for it never left me and it never forsake me. God, you did not allow me to give up. You did not allow me to quit when I wanted to kill myself. When I had the pill bottles, goodness came and knocked it out my hand. When I wanted to say I'm defeated and I'm not more than a conqueror, mercy came and knocked it out of my mouth. When I said that I wanted to give up and I wanted to give in and the tears were streaming down my face, goodness said, take this tissue, wipe your face, because you are the head and not the tail. When I thought about crumbling, goodness and mercy, goodness and mercy. God, I thank you for the dogs that you sent for me in the presence of my enemies. When the enemies thought they can eat me up, I had two dogs that were standing behind the fence watching my every move. When they talked about me, dogged me out, and said that I would not be anything, said that you couldn't graduate, Tia, said you had too many babies to do it, said that you would never be successful, said that you wasn't going to do nothing but smoke weed all the rest of your life, said that you were going to be a product of your environment, said that they tried to make you go viral in the midst when you were almost there, when you were almost to the place of breakthrough. Not the devil, not the people in the streets. The church folks talked about you. The church folks dogged you out. The church folks put you on their blog. The church folks called you a bastard. He said, but I'm sending goodness and mercy to give you an expected end, for the path has already been made. The path has already, it says, for I know the thoughts that I think towards you are thoughts of good and not of evil. Oh, but goodness and mercy, 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 goodness and mercy was following you, niece. Don't matter what they tried to put on you. Goodness and mercy. It's not by happenstance that the bullet flew by you. It was goodness and mercy. Goodness put a shield on your right, mercy put a shield on your left and said, because you have purpose, you have something to fight for. I must shield you and protect you. So yes, I'll put you in a place where they don't even like you. Yes, I'll put you in a place that they talk about you. Yes, I'll put you in a place where they're jealous of you. Yes, I'll put you in a place where they don't understand you. Yes, I'll put you in the place, but in that place is the place where I be fulfilled. In that place is the place where I eat, because he prepares a table in the presence of mine enemies. He made me. He made me who I am from my enemies. He made me pray because of my enemies. He made me seek the face of God because my enemies. He didn't allow me to crumble because he did not want me to quit in front of my enemies. I could not figure out, why do you keep putting me around people who don't like me, who's jealous of me, who and I'm not a cocky person, and I walk in humility, but I can feel their spirit. I know, God, why are you allowing me? All the people in the world that love me, all the people in the world that want to connect to me, why you got me leading people who can't even stand me? He said, because that's where you eat. That's where I make you full. That's where you operate in purpose. That's where I do the will of the Lord, because I need the enemies to know. He said, I don't care about the people who love you. It's okay. It's okay. They know what God has done for you. I need the enemies to know, you can't have this one. Not only am I going to protect her, but I'm going to do it right in your face. Not only am I going to elevate her, but I'm going to do it right in your face. Not only is she not going to crumble, but I'm going to do it right in front. I'm going to protect her, give her peace, give her joy, give her love, give her wisdom, give her knowledge, give her understanding, give her a new level, give her a husband, give her financial increase, give her the home she desires. I'm going to give it to you. The ministry she's building, I'm going to do it right in their face. The table is prepared. The table is prepared. You got to go sit at the table. You got to go sit at the table. Stop being a punk. Stop being timid. Stop being afraid and go sit down at the table. Have a seat. Have a seat. Come on, tell your sis. Tag your sis. Have a seat. The one that's been telling you it ain't worth it, tell her have a seat. Have a seat. Have a seat. Have a seat. Have a seat with the one who talked about you. Have a seat. Have a seat with the one who rolled their eyes at you. Have a seat. Have a seat with the one who is praying against the will of God for your life. Have a seat. Because this is where I eat. This is where I get full. This is where I'm fulfilled. This is where I prosper. This is where I be in good health. And not only do I prosper physically, but my soul prospers. Have a seat. Have a seat. Have a seat. I'm not running any longer. I sit in what God has made me to be. For I am more than a conqueror. I am the head and not the tail. I am above and not beneath. I am a lender, not a borrower. I have perfect peace for you've given it to me. So, God, I thank you right now that in the presence of my enemies is the place where you have me fulfilled. It's the place where I prosper. It's the place where I go forth. It's the place where I excel. It's the place where I seek your face. It's the place where I go to new levels. I'm having a seat in this season. Have a seat. Have a seat. I ain't running no more. Have a seat. Pull up a chair. Pull up a chair. You can say however you want to. Pull up a chair. Because God is doing something new in my life. He's doing something magnificent in my life. And in this season, I'm not ashamed of what God is doing. Because not only even when he has to go get the one, I don't want to be the one. I'm not straying in this season to be the one. I'm sticking with my pack. I'm sticking with my crew. I'm sticking with the people. We going in the green pastures and we're going to drink from the still quiet waters so he can refresh us when we get tired. But we go stick together. I'm sticking with Wake Up Girl and Pray. I'm sticking with you, Shay. I'm sticking with you, Rhonda. I'm sticking with you, Aunt Penny. I'm sticking with you, Keitha. And then when he goes and gets the one, because he gonna have to go pick up a few because they gonna be a little disoriented. They gonna be a little afraid. They gonna think that they can wonder. They gonna think greater is over there. They gonna think more is over there. So they're gonna wander off, and he's gonna go get the one. But when he goes and gets the one, he's going to leave two security dogs at the table to watch over his goodness and mercy. And guess what? Even when we try to dodge it, even when we try to walk away from it, it says it follows us all the days, every day, not part-time. Goodness and mercy is not part-time. Goodness and mercy is what's been keeping you. Goodness and mercy is what kept you from losing your mind. Goodness and mercy is what stopped the suicidal thoughts. Goodness and mercy is what's that we're all one something away from losing our mind. But God said, I'm sending goodness and mercy to put peace in your life. I'm sending goodness and mercy to renew you. God, I'm doing something so amazing in the life of the believer if they would just settle in. Will you settle? Yes, Lord. Have a seat. Have a seat. There's something so amazing on the horizon. If you would just settle. If you would just settle. God is asking you to settle. He's not asking you to jump from church to church. He's not asking you to jump from prayer call to prayer call. He's not asking you. Some of y'all are afraid to be alone. Some of you are afraid to be in your home alone. Some of you are afraid to sleep without TV. You got to turn on YouTube so you can hear noise because you're afraid of what the silence may bring. You're afraid to be around your haters. And I don't even like using that term because who's hating on you? You're afraid to be around them. You're afraid to be around the people who don't like you. It's nothing uh, it's nothing more refreshing. Y'all get frustrated. I don't get frustrated in them seasons. I excel in that season. For me to put on my clothes, get my hair done, beat my face, put on my heels, and smell good, and walk into a room of people who thought I was going to lose. Oh, you thought I was going to lose. I'm back and I'm winning. The devil tried to kill me, but I'm still winning. And now God has given me the authority to come sit at your table. And you got to watch me win. So the best thing that you may want to do is just get on board with this here thing because we're winning in this season. Say, I'm a winner. Say, I'm a winner. We getting out of here. I'm a winner. I'm a winner. We getting out of here. So God, I thank you for allowing me to win. God, I thank you that even when I wanted to crumble, God, you sent goodness and mercy to follow me. God, even when I felt like I was defeated, God, even when I felt like it was overbearing, overwhelming, and then I could not settle because people were sowing discord, because I was in the wrong group, because I was searching for more, God, but you told me to have a seat and rest my soul because I'm in the green pastures of life. So, God, as we walk through the green pastures, keep me connected to those who I'm supposed to be connected to, God. And as you allow me to sit down at the seat, even in the presence of my enemies, God, don't allow me to be detoured by the noise and by the distractions that they may pose, God, but allow me to stay focused on you. Allow me to keep my eyes focused on you. I look to the hills from which cometh my help. God, I recognize that you are my help. I recognize that you are my peace. I recognize that you are the source of my strength. I recognize that you are the strength of my life. So even in bad times, even when I don't understand, God, even when I feel like I'm under attack, you give me the ability to stretch towards you. You give me the ability to worship until things change. You give me the ability to seek your face and allow you to make me who I need to be. Make us who you want us to be in this season. Not what we desire, not what we want, but what you want us to be. Make us to be that in the name of Jesus. So, God, we praise your name for how you're covering us. God, we praise your name for the hand of the protection that you've placed on us. God, we praise your name because you did not give up on us. God, we praise your name because you did not allow us to quit. God, we bless your name because you're taking us to new levels. God, we bless your name because you're allowing us to win. God, I bless your name because defeat is not an option. God, I bless your name because you protected my child. God, I bless your name because you protected my father. God, I bless your name because your blood healed the very disease that was supposed to take him out. God, I bless your name because defeat felt like it was the only option, but you made me a winner. You allowed me to be restored. You allowed me to be renewed. You allowed me to keep pressing. You allowed me not to give up. So we bless your name, Father. And we give you the praise. Yes, Lord. Somebody need to claim victory in your house. You need to claim victory in your house. In the presence of your enemies, you need to claim victory in your house. That you're a winner, that you're victorious, no matter what they say, that you're victorious, that you're a winner, that you can do all things through Christ, that your children are saved, that your business is flourishing, that on your job you're elevating, that your ministry is successful, that you're doing a new thing, that He's doing a new thing in you, and it's going to spring forth. Yes, Lord, I claim victory in my house. I do. I claim victory in my house. I claim victory in my house. God bless your seed, Tanisha. I claim victory in my house for my children. Yes, Lord, I claim victory in my house for my family. I claim victory in my house for my nieces and nephews. I claim victory. I claim it. I speak it. I speak it right now. In the name of Yeshua, I speak victory. I speak victory over the enemy of defeat. I speak victory over the enemy of depression. I speak victory that God will allow you to be renewed and restored in the place that they said that you couldn't make it. So you keep wondering why you keep taking me back and we going home. Well, we at home, but we rolling over and going to sleep, or we getting in the shower, going to work, or whatever y'all got to do next. But you keep wondering, why do you keep bringing me to this place with these people who don't like me? Who are these people who don't even like to see me coming? He said, I put you there because that's where the table is. Come on in where the table is spread and the feast of the Lord is going on. Grab your enemies. Let's eat. I feel so sure about that. Thank you, Apostle Bellinger, for waking that up in me. Grab your enemies. Let's eat. I'm sure about that. I'm sure about that. Grab your enemies. Let's eat. Thank you for your seed, Cuddy. Y'all go ahead and you can sow. Uh, God is amazing. Grab it, cousin. Grab your enemies. Let's eat. They don't want you to be successful in Hartford. Eat. They said, why she got little sisters and it's a little brothers? Eat. Because it's legacy. God bless your seed, Tanisha. Tanisha, I text you. It was real late last night. But I text you and I'm about to text you again because you ain't getting out of this. And I know you want to tell me no, but you ain't getting out of this. I got a treat for y'all. I love y'all. Listen, I told y'all at the beginning, Abundant Faith Worship Center. Get to church tonight. I'm not being your friend. I'm not being your sister. I'm being your supervisor. Get to church tonight. It's a clarion call. God bless you, see, Rhonda. $5. That's all we ask for you to sow is $5. So the $5 seed, $ One Vision Coach, Apple Pay or Zelle 269-861-1324. We ask that God do. Sit down. We go eat. We eating in the. We can't figure out, Bishop, why they keep hating on us. Me and Bishop always be saying we don't bother nobody. We each other's biggest critics. They keep popping up because that's the table is he. That's why they keep popping up because the table is spread. We about to eat. You don't want to miss tonight. Pastor Genesis Warren has a word from the Lord, and you definitely don't want to miss Friday. It's not often where your leader brings in international leaders to bless you. Don't miss the move of God. God bless your seed, Bishop. God bless your seed, Deasia. God bless your seed. So I'll see y'all tonight. Y'all do not miss. God bless your seed, Shay. Tanisha, I'm about to text you again because I need you. I told you last night I need you and I need you. Um, Shay, Keitha, Tanisha, I'm about to send y'all the link 5, 6, and 7. Book study. Y'all be on tonight at 8:30. Y'all be on time, okay? Be on time at 8:30. Let's go. It's gonna be good for y'all. Very, very good. I'll see y'all tonight. Uh, I love you too, Cuddy. I love you. Uh, it's about to something crazy in Atlanta, cousin. The very business that you had in Iowa is going to double in Atlanta. The harvest, it's there. And I don't want the people saying she prophesied that it's there, cousin. And you know what your business was, and you know how happy and fulfilled it had you. It's there. It's in Atlanta. All right. I love y'all. I will see y'all tonight in so many different areas. I'm being all of them. Don't worry about how I'm going to get there. I'm being all of them. Tanisha, I'm texting you right now. Um, I heard God. I know what I heard God say. And so you can't tell me no. All right. I love y'all. 2 fingers. I will see y'all tonight. AIM convention. Is them balloons popping up on y'all thing? Jesus. I will see y'all tonight. And then we'll be back here Tuesday. Listen, May, I'm going to drop a date in May where Wake Up Girl and Pray, UAE, Dubai, and Abundant Faith will be worshiping. Um, yeah, that was wild. We'll be worshiping together as one, unified, so that we can prepare. We are preparing for our summer gathering, but we want to be prepared all the way. We want to be prepared spiritually. We want to be ready for whatever manifests. So we will be in May on a Friday night. We will come together and worship the Father, and we will seek the face, and we will prepare ourselves for our spring gathering in June. So I look forward to seeing y'all East Side, North Carolina. East Side, North Carolina. Where y'all at? Wilson. What's them cities y'all from? I expect to see y'all in May on a Friday night. I expect to get y'all hotel rooms. I expect to see y'all that weekend. And then we go to brunch on Saturday. I expect to see y'all on that Friday night. I love y'all the most. Have the most amazing weekend. And I'll see you at City of God tonight, Jacksonville. Come on, Angel. Come on in. Matthews. Yep, come on in, Angel. Come on, we'll be there. All right. Yep, Cuddy, come on in from Atlanta. Yep, come on in. Yep, we're preparing for the June gathering. Maysville. Look at how North Carolina stand up. North Carolina East Side, they strong over there. They, I don't care what nobody say. They love me. That East Side of North Carolina, they love me, and they show it. They show it. They call, they pray, they sow. New Bern, they love me over there. I'm going to the water. They love me over there. Listen where they coming from. Yep, they love me over there. All right. I love y'all. Two fingers. Peace.